Hey, it's Goldie. Welcome back to my channel for another video. All right. As usual, I want you guys to like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. All right. If you have, if you've already subscribed, make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of when I go live. All right. I think this is gonna be like one of my best pieces of work. Okay. So I want to encourage everybody to share this video. I think it might really be able to help some of us. Okay. I'm multitasking right now and my babies are downstairs. So I'm gonna try to move through my notes quickly because they only give me about 15 to 20 minutes of peace and quiet before they running all up here all over me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right into my notes that I have for this video. All right, this video is about the Netflix movie that came out a few weeks ago called Malcolm and Marie. All right. This is a really interesting movie and it stars John David Washington and Zendaya. Okay. John David Washington is Denzel Washington's son. And this was, I don't watch a lot of movies, okay? But this was one of the first films that I've seen him acting in. And I really enjoyed the movie. One of the reasons why I wanted to review this movie is because I think a lot of us are missing some really important themes that took place in this movie. When I read other people's comments about the movie, everybody just called it toxic, or they would just say people don't some people shouldn't be together. But I watched the movie twice, and as I um watch the movie, I really began to enjoy it, but I began to see it as a depiction of modern relationships. Okay. Um, in this whole season of singleness that a lot of us are in, where men feel like they don't need women and women feel like they don't need men, the true reality of relationships, the day to day reality of relationships, sometimes gets lost in like fairy tale thoughts of what relationships should be. So this movie was filmed. It was supposed to be, the setting is supposed to be one night, just one night, one, hour long look inside of their relationship. Okay. So these two people had gone. Malcolm is a film director, or something like that. He created a film, a piece of art, and the film debuted that night. And the scene started when the couple came home from the viewing. Okay. So for the next hour and a half or whatever, it was a whole bunch of, back and forth and bickering and all of this type of stuff. But I really noticed some great things, and those are some things that I wanted to point out. Today, I'm going to focus on Marie because I think that this movie was written so that women could really take a look at ourselves. Okay. I'm considering doing a second piece for Malcolm, all right, where I can really talk about Malcolm. But I have so much to say about Marie, and that's where I wanted to start. Okay. I feel like this couple was so in love with each other. And I feel that Malcolm was, just really in love with Marie and clueless. Like he just didn't know what to do. And I think a lot of times as women, they say that we mature faster than men and stuff. I think a lot of times women expect more of men than what they're capable of giving, of what they even know how to give, of what they even think to give, right? I think a lot of times as women, we expect men to act like a a male version of a woman, right? And it's not always like that, okay? Like men are men and they're different from us. And I think that women need to focus on really interpreting like a man's action and really actions and getting to know what a man is so that they can recognize a good man and recognize a man that is putting forth effort and a man that really cares, you know? Um, so let me go ahead and get started in on this. There was something I wanted to say about Malcolm, but it'll come back to me in a minute. All right. So anyway, the movie started out with them coming into the house, and Zendaya was pissed off. You could tell she was mad, and she just walked into the house. Um, you know, going through the cabinets and stuff like that. She was preparing something for Malcolm to eat. All right, the scene opened with her. Oh, what I was going to say is that is that something about relationships. Oh, what I was going to say is that we focus a lot on how, especially in our level up community, and this is a video for my girls, okay, for my golden girls, okay, my goldies. We focus a lot on attraction, like attracting a man to us, like getting a man interested in us, like the initial moments of the relationship. But we don't really speak or we don't really focus that much on the next level, the actual relationship itself. Right? We don't really talk or think much about, you know, those days or moments after the initial attraction. We, you know, talk about our look, you know, how we should look and our makeup and our hair and how we should comport ourselves. But we really don't think about the relationship itself and what that looks like. And so I really wanted to discuss these things because this is the level after attraction. This is after you've gotten him interested in you and he's made, you know, that preliminary commitment to you to want to be in a relationship and want to explore the next steps with you. Okay, this is where this commentary takes place. All right, so they are together. They live together. You know, they love each other, they're in a relationship. All right. This is where this is. It's not about if he likes her or if he wants to be with her. It's established that he wants to be with her, that he's in love with her, that they live together, and that they're working on something significant and substantial together. All right. So she come in starting an argument. She was mad about his acceptance speech for his award. This was a really big night for him, and he had been given an award for his artistic debut with this movie that he created, and she felt that the movie was centered around her and things that she had shared with him about her and about her life and her journey before she met him. Okay, so she started each argument. I'm going to talk about a broken woman, the tale of a broken woman. That's the title of this video. So each of my points are going to start from the perspective of something that a broken woman would do. All right. And something that a healthy woman, a healed woman, a woman that has assessed her trauma and done the work, taken the journey, committed to healing and becoming a better person, things that she would do. Okay. So Marie is this broken woman. Um, she started each argument. If you watch this movie, you'll see that Marie was the one starting each and every argument. I actually watched this movie with my husband, and as the argument started, he was like, "Up here she go again," and I just started really paying attention how most of the conflict and the arguing was started by her. I think there were like 3 or 4 different rounds of argument in the movie, and each one she started on her own. Okay, so a broken woman is is a woman who will start an argument. And like this movie, these arguments can sometimes start out of thin air. I know some of us have seen those memes on Facebook where they'll say everything will be fine. You could be, chilling and relaxing with your man, okay? And the woman just bump out of nowhere with some, I find it funny how, okay? Or, maybe you can tell me why, okay? And that's the thing, women who haven't healed from or thought about or considered or gone on the journey to correct their past trauma, and it doesn't have to be just relationally, it can be from childhood, right? Women who haven't addressed that trauma usually start arguments out of thin air.
10 o'clock.
They start these arguments out of nowhere, okay? And Marie, if you watch this movie, was guilty of starting every argument they had that night. So I just want you to check it out, okay? She started each argument. This argument that she started, the first argument that she started, was because she felt that Malcolm didn't acknowledge her properly in his acceptance speech. So he mentioned that he had apologized because he felt that she felt some kind of way about his acceptance speech, and he had apologized, and her attitude kind of like messed up his vibe or whatever, and he just wanted her to feel okay. So he apologized, and she said that she was okay, and she said that everything was fine. But on their way home, or once they got home, he realized that she was pissed off, okay? So I want to say that a healed woman, a woman that has dealt with her trauma, knows how to speak up for herself, right? She knows how to mention in the moment what's bothering her. She knows how to share her feelings in a non-abrasive way with her man or with anybody in the moment to correct them in a polite way. She doesn't carry around her anger, her distaste, her dislike, her disappointment until she can't hold it anymore, or until it's just the two of them and she just blows up, right? She's able to acknowledge it in the moment, and she's able to address situations as they happen in the moment in a polite and in a respectful way, right? In a mature way. She's able to address those things, okay? So a broken woman will hold those things and allow those things to fester and allow those things to hurt. And a broken woman can keep these things hidden deep down for months, even years, okay? But a healed woman that has explored all of who she is, who's confident and knows who she is as a woman, knows how to speak up for herself, and she knows how to stand up for herself in the moment, in a respectful way, in a way that the person that she is sharing her thoughts and feelings with can respect and appreciate, and most importantly, rectify. All right? I believe that she could have given, if she was standing up for herself in the moment, if she knew how to do this, if she were healed enough to do this, she could have done it in a way where Malcolm could have acknowledged, even if he had to go back up there, and mention it again or something. But she could have hinted to him in some way that she was unhappy with how things went down, and addressed it instead of holding on to it and allowing it to fester for the rest of the night and then to when they got home. All right, the next thing, after they were going through the initial argument that they had, she came in banging pots and pans, and she made him a bowl of macaroni. Okay, so she was saying, you could tell that she was upset, but she was trying to act like she wasn't upset, and she made the macaroni because she wanted to show him that she wasn't upset, but she really was upset, right? So she wanted to show him that she wasn't upset. So he sat down and started talking about the night and all of this type of stuff, and he was eating the macaroni. She began bringing in some of the reasons why she was upset, or saying some things about how she really felt about him, and hold on for 1 second, how she really felt about the night, and And while he began explaining or talking to her about, responding to what she was saying, she said something like, "Yeah, I would hope that." Okay, let me see. I'm trying to read my comments too. I'm always passive when hurt or attacked. I will sit on it and think it through before attacking. I can't believe you watched this. This sounds like an everyday toxic relationship. And see, that's what I want us to think about, right? Like when you say think it through before attacking, it's never about attacking. When you are in a relationship with someone, especially if you are married to this person, like there's never a situation where you will attack that person for what they said or what they did that you didn't like or didn't appreciate, right? It's always a conversation. And see, that's the thing, you know, the conversation is what's necessary. It's not a response or it's not a lick back to what happened or what they did that you didn't like. It's a conversation about what you would like to see moving forward. Okay? And when I was talking about the relationships, our how we usually have relationships in the beginning, we focus on the initial parts, the initial attraction, those butterfly moments. But relationships are much more, especially if we are thinking about long term relationships. They are much more than butterfly moments. To think that everything is going to be daisies and walks in the park every day is unrealistic. Right? It's unrealistic. Some days they gonna get on your nerves, and some days you gonna get on their nerves. And that's why I want to talk about Malcolm. I'm probably gonna do a part 2 for Malcolm, but that's what I really want to talk about because this girl was frustrating his life. Like she had him stressed out. He didn't know what the hell to do, but he loved her so much that he wanted to be with her, but he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to make her happy. He couldn't figure it out, but he loved her enough that he wanted to stay there with her until they could get through, those hard times. And maybe during that journey to getting through those hard times, he would learn how to love her better. Okay. So I understand what you're saying. I hope that you got something from my response to that. Okay. I actually watched this movie twice and I think it's a good movie. I think that if you have seen it or you began watching it, that you should take a second look at it, and really think about a long-term relationship when you're watching it. Okay. Um, so the macaroni. So she was saying he was responding to whatever she was saying about how she felt that he forgot her. And he said something, but she took his words and twisted his words into something else. And then after she twisted his words into something else, she said to him, "I would hope that you wouldn't be disrespecting me or belittling me." Or she said that he called her a cunt, and he really didn't call her a cunt. Okay, I didn't hear that. Maybe I need to watch it again, but I didn't hear him go to the degree that she tried to say that he went that he went in and responding to her. So she said, "How you gonna call me a cunt?" Basically, while you're eating macaroni that I made. Okay, so a broken woman, a woman that hasn't healed or explored her trauma, is going to perform gestures or actions that she doesn't want to do. Right? She is going to, she's gonna give of herself in ways that she would rather not give of herself in. She's gonna do things or tolerate or allow things or go places or listen to things or participate in things that she would rather not participate um, in as a means of showing this person how much she cares, I guess. But what it actually is, and I'm going to get to this at the end of my list, what it actually is manipulation. She doesn't see it as manipulation in the moment, or maybe she does see it as manipulation because she threw it right back up in his face. She said, "How can you? I would hope that you wouldn't disrespect me like that while you're eating my macaroni that I made for you or something." Macaroni that he didn't ask for her to make, macaroni that she chose to make on her own, but she wanted to use that gesture as a bargaining chip to point out how he was even more wrong than the wrong that she had already accused him of, which had been twisted and from something that he said into like something that she created or made up herself. All right. Watch the movie. Come back, make a comment, and tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. That's what I saw. So, a healed woman, a woman that has gone through her trauma and, gone through the journey of self realization and actualization and knows who she is as a woman, is not going to do things that she doesn't want to do for anybody, for her babies, okay? For her mama, for her daddy, for friends, for family, and for a man or for a husband. She's not going to do things that she's not comfortable with doing. If she doesn't want to cook that night, guess what? She ain't cooking. If she don't want to go and watch this movie with you this night, guess what? She's not going to do it. She's going to express these things in a positive way, okay? She's not going to like create a fight about not doing something that she knows that you would maybe appreciate or like for her to do, but she's going to say, this is my choice and this is what I choose not to do in the moment. She's not going to do things and then use it as a bargaining tool or use it as some type of moment where she puts a gold star on her chest, right? Painting herself in a more elevated fashion for something that she chose to do. All right. I hear a lot of YouTubers, content creators ask their people to put a one in the comment if they get it. So if you get what I'm saying, put a one in the comments and let me know that you understand what I'm saying. And Elizabeth, right, it does sound like a lot. And the option is, and girl, Elizabeth, I'm only on point two. Okay, I'm only on point two. Okay, I have 13 points that I want to get through real quick about things that I noticed in this movie. Okay, I'm only on point two. So, yeah, it does sound like a lot. And we always have an option to leave. A healthy and healed woman, like what you say, I have zero tolerance for toxicity. A healthy and healed woman always knows that she has an option to leave. Marie knew that she had an option to leave from the very beginning. And I'm going to go into that in one of the points. She knew that she didn't have to be in a relationship where she felt unappreciated or felt disrespected, but she stayed there. That was a choice that she made on her own. You making me skip ahead. Okay, you feel stressed out. The first time I watched it, I felt a little stressed too, but the second time I watched it, it really made me see the reality of some relationships, and it made me see the position that some women put themselves in voluntarily. She chose to do this on her own now, okay? Now let me keep going because, girl, you got me getting off my points, okay? So let me keep going. All right. So, a healed woman, a woman that is not broken, doesn't perform gestures, or she doesn't do things that she doesn't want to do. Period. All right. And it ain't no fight, and it ain't no argument. She's just not gonna do things that she doesn't want to do. Okay. Number 3. She let others, a broken woman, I'm going to preface these points by talking about what a broken woman would do versus what a healed woman would do. So, a broken woman will let others get into her ear and dictate how others view her contributions, place in their lives, and cater to everyone. These are things that a broken woman will do. Why did she feel she needed to stay? You know what, Elizabeth? I feel that she felt that she needed to stay because she was a broken woman. That's why I titled this video, what I titled it, this stream, what I titled it. She was a broken woman. She was a broken woman. And so many of us that haven't committed to the level up journey. See, when you commit to the level up journey, they talk about the level up ladies a lot, right? As if it's all about makeup and hair and purses and looking good and getting with wealthy men, right? But women who have committed to the level up are women who want to be okay, hold on. Are women who want to be better versions of themselves, right? They are women who want to improve. They want to be better today than they were yesterday. They have committed to the journey of self-improvement. right? And I say a lot of times in the group that for me, the level up is continuous. It's something that I will be doing to my last breath. I'll never be fully leveled up, right? Because I can always be a little bit better today than I was yesterday. I don't know if I feel like it won't happen. No food will be cooked. That's what I'm saying. So she was trauma bonded to him. She was trauma bonded to herself. All right. We're gonna get into it, but she was trauma bonded to herself. All right. Because if she didn't take that drama and trauma and all of this stuff that I'm gonna get into, if she didn't take this into the relationship that she had with him, she would take it into the relationship that she had with the next person. The issue wasn't him per se, the issue was her. The issue was her. The very first argument was started by her. And the very first argument started because she did not stand up for herself. And that was just one example of her not standing up for herself. There probably have been plenty other situations and with plenty other people where she didn't stand up for herself. The issue was her. So whether it was with Malcolm or David or Ulysses or whoever, right? She was going to have the same issue because she hadn't dealt with herself. She was taking that same mindset, that same behavior, that same quote unquote trauma into every relationship with every person in her life. Not just him, not just men, but probably family, work situations, just everywhere, right? How you show up in one place is usually how you show up in every other situation in your life. Okay. Um, is it like she wants to be with him because he is good for her and she could be a better woman for him? This is why you need to heal before dating it. Girl, this is why I'm making this video. So many women don't know that they are dating unhealed, right? That they are broken women dating, right? They don't even know that they're broken. And if some of us do know that we're broken, we don't know the extent to which we are broken until we are in a trauma type situation, whole bunch of drama like this. And a lot of times it's drama that we created ourselves. Now here come my baby. Hold on for 1 second. Here come my baby coming up here. Hold on for 1 second. Okay. So yeah, definitely need to heal before you date again. All right, this is interesting. Hey Roger, how you doing? I need to email you, okay? Because that little number I was using ain't right. I let it go, but I've been thinking I need to reach out to you. And here come my daughter, y'all. All right, I don't know. I might have to come back and finish this conversation when they go to sleep tonight. If that's what I do.
Excuse me. I'm not going to sleep.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna come back. Okay, if I come back, it'll be probably around midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning because I really want to get into this conversation because it is interesting, Roger, and it's a lot of stuff to unpack in this movie. And maybe Elizabeth, if you have a chance, then you can watch it between now and the time I come back later on. But I'm gonna try to keep going a little bit. Okay, I have a lot of points, and I'm only on point number 3. Okay, all right. Hold on for 1 second.
Can you just like do it on your phone?
No. Okay. So let me keep going. All right. Um, let me see. Okay. So if she stood up for herself, then she wouldn't stay in a place where she felt unappreciated even for one moment, right? She has felt unappreciated to him in so many. Girl, don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's a good movie if you think about it in terms of modern relationships, and you will really see how much he loved her in this movie if you think about it in a broader context. Okay, move away from the arguments and really listen to what they're arguing about. Okay, really think about where these arguments are coming from. What are these arguments stemming from? And then you'll begin to see it on a broader scale. Okay, so you know what? I'm over here on point 3. What I'm gonna do is I have a lot to say and I really want to get into this. And my baby's not gonna let me be great. I know they not. Okay. So what I want y'all to do is to set the notification to my channel. And I don't know if y'all night owls like me, but I be up late. Okay. I'm gonna get these kids in the bath and get them ready to go to bed soon.
Mommy,
Yes, ma'am.
we're not going to bed early.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have school, and Udoka doesn't even have school because he's not as old as me.
Okay, anyway, y'all. So I'm gonna
Okay, goodbye.
set the notification bell. Y'all going downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, if they go downstairs, I'll keep going. Hold on once, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna get them ready for bed. Y'all set the notification bell and I'm gonna come back. A lack of self-love and projection. Let me see. Yes, ma'am.
Just stay here. We're going downstairs. Come on, let's go.
Okay, you know what? I get into the self-love around point 6, 7, and 8. Okay? 6, 7, and 8. I've been out of touch, but I'll be looking out for your call now. Yeah, Roger, I'll be calling you. Set the notification bell. I'm gonna come back. This is gonna be a midnight conversation, okay? So expect me around midnight, and we're gonna really get into this thing, okay? A few months ago, we did a whole bunch of calling every man that we didn't like or every man that did stuff that we didn't appreciate a narcissist, right? And so every man who was doing normal man stuff, we consider him to be a narcissist. And I ain't gonna say that that particular man wasn't a narcissist. I'm just gonna say that every man is not a narcissist, right? But we kept using that word to describe everybody because we didn't, in my opinion, I don't think that people were objectively looking at the arguments. They just quickly said, oh, okay, well, he said something mean, so he a narcissist. That's what it means. But is that what it really means? You know? So again, when we talk about toxic, that's to me the same thing as narcissists. We are, well, the way we overuse narcissists is the way the word toxic is being overused a lot. All right. And if we are going to spend our lives, you know, meeting people and having a whole bunch, you know, having the fuzzy feelings, and then when the fuzzy feelings leave, then we'll break up with that person and meet a new person and have, you know, 6 months worth of fuzzy feelings. And when those fuzzy feelings are over, then we break up and meet another person and have another 6 months worth of fuzzy feelings. Then maybe, you know, we can say stuff, we cannot explore what toxicity really is. But when you're in a long-term relationship, right? When you have a commitment with a person to raise children, right? That's at least 18 years with this person. You have to think about day-to-day interactions and dealings with this person, right? You have to think about day-to-day interactions and dealings with yourself. Right? A lot of times relationships are not just about the other person. A relationship is a mirror of yourself. Okay? It's a mirror of who you are. Your flaws, when I say fuzzy feelings, I'm talking about like the honeymoon phase, right? Instead of fuzzy feelings, think about the term honeymoon phase. And when I say we, I'm talking about us as women, me included. Okay, I say we so that nobody feels that I'm saying you. Okay, or they. I'm talking about me included. I'm talking about women in general broadly. Okay, so don't mistake my words to make it seem like I'm talking about those women or a woman in particular. I'm saying general, typical relationship dynamics when I say we, right? For example, if it is 20 degrees outside Most people are going to say it's cold outside. Some people that grew up in Alaska may not think it's cold, but the typical person, the majority of us will feel like 20 degrees is cold outside. All right. So I don't want to argue or debate that one person who grew up in Alaska and doesn't think that 20 degrees is cold. I'm saying that the majority of us will believe that 20 degrees is cold and acknowledge that 20 degrees is cold. Okay. All right. Okay, so you got me, Elizabeth. Okay, so I'm finna go ahead. Y'all see how they said they was going downstairs and they went downstairs for 2 minutes and now they back in my face? Okay, I will set the note. My goodness. They say when you have 2 kids, that's when you become a referee. Okay. Like the one we was just sitting here loving and cuddling all the time. And now that I got 2, I'm like refereeing these fights all the time. Okay. But anyway, expect me at midnight. Set that notification bell, and I see y'all at midnight. And we're gonna get into a conversation about the realities of modern day relationships. All right. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for these comments. This is the most comments I've ever had in a stream. Right? Oh my goodness. I think that your comments really make the discussion more dynamic. And one day when I get real smooth with this YouTube stuff, I'm gonna okay, baby. One day when I get real smooth with these YouTube videos, I'm gonna put the link out there so that y'all can come up and we can talk a little bit about it because I want to hear your perspective. All right. Anyway, see y'all at midnight. Remember, okay, your love is golden. All right, never forget that. So I'll see y'all soon. Bye.